Hello everybody, welcome back to the Reviewing Our Pokemon series, and in this episode we're going to be going over this Ditto that was sent in by Slovo. So, Slovo asks us, how about this Ditto? According to Rainon, even at 60 it won't make enough leaks for his consistent Zingzap Cola. I feel like I'd need to combine it with my Quackable, also shown, to make enough leaks consistently for that. And Slovo, you are correct. As we know, Zingzap Cola takes 20 leaks per meal, which is 60 leaks per day. And when I run the comparison, I get slightly different numbers than you. That's probably just to do with some sort of personal settings in Rainon, but they're close enough that I trust that you're making a fair comparison here. But Ingredient Finding M, Ingredient Finding S. This is a pretty powerful Ditto. I also like its skill triggers. Ditto's got a cool skill, but you shouldn't be looking at it for the skills. You should be looking at it for the ingredients, and ultimately, it's gonna do kind of okay. It makes like 40 leaks a day, and before level 50, if we just get this Ditto to level 30, it makes like 23 per day. So this alone is enough to supplement the Quackable. You don't necessarily need to take it all the way to level 60, so that if you do need additional leaks, then you can do that. But realistically, I think you don't necessarily need to invest the Ditto up. And the reasoning why is because of something that you're probably not considering here, and that is good camp ticket. Now, if you have a good camp ticket, then that is increasing Pokemon productivity and it's increasing their inventory. Both are factors that increase overall ingredient production, which if you run the good camp ticket, your Quacklevolt actually does produce beyond that 60 leak threshold. A little bit. Now, that's close enough that you might actually want a bit more, but if you have just a helping bonus stack, it's a bit more comfortably in there. So I think it's reasonable that the Quackable on its own, and because I assume you're running a good camp ticket whenever you're making Zingzap, because it requires a good camp ticket anyway, or a pot expander. So you're probably not making it without a good camp ticket. If you are, then it's maybe worth consideration for the Ditto. But in that circumstance, then a team slot is dedicated to the pot expander, expending 2 more team slots on leak producers, and 1 to your energy for everyone Pokemon. That's not 4 of your 5 team slots. You're not reasonably running just 1 cycling spot for all the other ingredients that are required for Zingzap. So I think this Ditto isn't necessarily needed in your case. I think that it could be nice for supplemental leaks if you do need it. If you're having a bad day, swap it on for a little bit, get a few extra leaks. But you don't even need to raise the Ditto level 60 for that. It's got ingredient finding in the first 2 slots. So that's really all you need. Yeah, level 60 does make it make more leaks with another leak proc, but Ditto's got a pretty powerful level 30 leak proc with 3 leaks at level 30. So it can still produce a solid 27, almost 28 per day with being only level 30. You don't necessarily need the excess that's gained by bringing it all the way to level 60 and getting that 50 per day with the good camp ticket. Without the good camp ticket, the level 30 comparison is only 23 per day. So I think when you put in a bit more context of it's probably only event weeks that you'd be making Zingzap Cola anyway, and you'd probably be using the good camp ticket, then I don't think you necessarily need what the Ditto can bring in, because your Quackable should, in theory, be able to produce plenty. And if you're worried about the 62 cutting it too close in terms of production, then you can always, in the week prior, just store like 20 leaks, 21 leaks, and that should be plenty. I usually want to go into a week prepping at least 2 crafts of a meal, which would be 40 leaks. That's enough to push it over that threshold anyway. So I think you're all right without investing the Ditto. If you want to invest the Ditto, Ditto is fun, especially with this cool main skill. So I wouldn't blame you for that purpose. But overall, I think it's unnecessary, and it'd be more of a fun choice than a min-maxy choice. Anyway, if you have enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. If you want to submit your Pokemon for one of these videos, then there are 2 ways to go about doing that. Either you can submit it through the link in the description to a Google form. Otherwise, you can join the Discord and send it in the YouTube Rate My Mon channel. I do check both of them pretty regularly. So, yeah. I've also recently added the join button. Feel free to click it if you're financially able to do so and want to support me in that way. I have no paywalled content, but it's there as an option if you want to do that. And as always, I thank you all for watching and hope that you all have a wonderful day. Bye-bye now.